Earlier this week, we had a customer send in a file at kind of the last minute, the 11th hour, and needed a miracle, needed us to get it done real quick. And we had been running like crazy all day long, and so as the day was winding down, we were trying to wrap things up, we get this request. But this customer had been a customer for a long time and had been just a pleasure to deal with always. We like to think that we do a pretty good job of taking care of everybody. But the people who are nice to us and the people who treat us really well, it's easier to go out of our way. It's a simple decision to go out of your way for those kind of people. And so we knocked that out, and when we were presented with the question, we were looking for a way to say yes instead of looking for what happens unfortunately a lot of time in organizations. They're looking for a way to say no to you. And I get called in to do talks about customer service all the time. And the idea that organizations need to be better at serving their customers is really important. It's a critical kind of thing. But I think that for the pragmatic customer, it's good to know how to be a good customer too, because regardless of how well someone else on the other side of the counter is trained, generally speaking, people who are treated with kindness respond with kindness. No, there are exceptions, clearly. I was at the airport a couple months ago, and it's 5:30 in the morning. Everyone is tired. We're all on an early flight. The guy in front of me is basically trying to convince everyone around him that he's the only person who was inconvenienced this morning. He is huffing and puffing, and he is grunting and groaning, and he is just dying to be upset about something. And as I'm watching this, it just strikes me as not being very productive, right? It's not a good way to get what you want. What he wants is for his day to go smoothly, for the inconvenience he's experiencing to be minimized, and yet he's creating a situation in which it is much harder for the person who's helping him to treat him with kindness, because what he's giving them is the opposite. It's good to be aware of how you as a customer are influencing the customer service interaction. And I'm not a big fan of killing people with kindness, but being kind seems like a good idea.